One of the most celebrated ideas in modern culture is the idea of a self-made man. You hear it everywhere. A man who built himself from nothing. A man who owes nobody anything. A man who climbed his way to the top on his own strength. We celebrate those stories. We build entire brands around those stories. We admire the men who seem to embody that idea. But the deeper question we almost never ask is this: is the self-made man actually real? Because if you look closely, the self-made man is not just a story about success. It is a story about identity. It tells a man that his worth is something he must manufacture. It tells him that dependence is weakness. It tells him that needing people makes him less of a man. And slowly, without even realizing it, many men start building their lives around that belief. They begin to believe that asking for help is failure. They believe that vulnerability is somehow a form of weakness. They believe that if they are going to become something meaningful in life, they must do it by their own bootstraps. But what often looks like independence on the outside is actually something so much deeper on the inside: isolation. Many men are incredibly successful professionally while being completely isolated emotionally and spiritually. These type of men build companies. These type of men build wealth. These type of men, they even build reputations. But they never build deep relationships because somewhere along the way, they learned that needing people meant they were losing power. So they end up carrying everything alone. They end up pulling themselves up by what they describe as their own bootstraps. And they carry stress alone. They carry fear alone. They carry pressure alone. And because they carry everything alone, they start becoming someone they never intended to become. A man who can solve problems but cannot share burdens. A man who can lead organizations but cannot open his heart. A man who can build success but cannot experience peace. The myth of a self-made man quietly convinces a man that strength means independence. But real strength has never meant independence. Real strength has always meant right dependence. Every great man in history was formed in relationship. Mentors shaped him. Friends sharpened him. Communities supported him. Even the strongest leaders, and I need you to hear this, even the strongest leaders needed counsel, they needed accountability, and they needed correction. But the myth of the self-made man teaches men to resist all of that. It whispers something dangerous into a man's mind. You don't need anyone. And once a man believes that, once a man believes this fallacy, something inside of him slowly hardens. His pride grows stronger. His humility becomes weaker. His ability to receive wisdom from others begins to disappear. And eventually, this type of man becomes a man who cannot be corrected. And that is one of the most dangerous and diabolical places that a man can arrive in his life. Because the moment a man believes he has nothing left to learn, he has already begun to die. And the truth is that none of us are self-made. Not our opportunities, not our wisdom, not even our strength. There was someone along the way that poured into us, that believed in us, someone that taught us, someone that gave us a chance, someone who believed and who encouraged us along the way. And beyond all of that, there is a deeper reality that many men struggle to acknowledge. Life is a gift. Breath is a gift. Ability is a gift. The self-made man is not just a myth about success. It is a myth about control. It convinces a man that he is the sole architect of his life. But the moment a man believes that everything comes from himself, two dangerous things begin to grow in his life: pride and pressure. I want to say that again: pride and pressure. Pride tells him he deserves all the credit. Pressure tells him he must carry everything alone. And eventually, those two forces create a man who is exhausted from trying to be the source of his own existence. But there is a different way to live, a stronger way to live, a more freer way to live. It is the realization that strength is not about standing alone. Strength is about being rooted in something much deeper than yourself. Strength is the ability to receive wisdom. It is the humility to be corrected. It is the courage to lean on others when the weight becomes too heavy to carry on your own. And the maturity to recognize that the life you are building was never meant to be built by you alone. Because the greatest men in the world are not self-made. They are well-formed. They are shaped by truth. They are sharpened by relationships. They are guided by wisdom. And they are grounded in humility. So the question for every man is not whether he will become successful. That is not the question that we should be asking. The question for every man is what kind of man that success will create. Because success built on pride will eventually collapse. The Bible says pride comes before destruction. But success is built on humility and has the strength and gives one the strength to endure. And sometimes the most powerful thing a man can say is not, I did this myself, or I pulled myself up by my own bootstraps. Sometimes the most powerful thing a man can say is something far more honest. I didn't get here alone.